I'm going to repeat what I just said a couple of minutes ago because I didn't have the benefit of seeing it. But I promoted a lot of fighters who were 100% from Northern Ireland, from Ireland in general, from the UK. And I think that this man right here, right now, is the finest fighter in the UK today. And one of the finest fighters in the world pound for pound today. And, it was a privilege to promote this fight, and it was a privilege to work with you, Carl. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, everyone, for a great turnout. Sorry to keep you waiting there, but I don't know what to say really. I don't know if it's sunk in yet. I think that's going to be a fight that defines part of my career. You know, I want to be involved in big fights. I've just made history. You know, I'm the only ever Northern Irishman to win world titles at 2 different weight divisions. I've just been an unbelievable fighter in Leo Santa Cruz, a 3-weight world champion. You know, it was the toughest fight of my career. But I hope it was an exciting fight. It felt like it was an exciting fight. I felt like I done enough to win. I think one of the judges maybe, you know, had it a little bit wider than normal, I'm going to be honest, than it should have been. I think I won by 2 or 3 rounds, but I could have made it easier on myself, but you know, I fought with my heart sometimes rather than my head. But I wanted to be involved in one of them fights, and I think people will remember that for a very long time.
Yeah. You said that you felt like you stayed at 122 too long, but in retrospect, you think everything kind of worked out the way it was supposed to. You said when you got knocked down by Gonzalez, that's when you were able to make the fight with Quigg and subsequently make this fight, and then you make a big splash on U.S. soil. Do you think kind of in retrospect that everything worked out exactly?
I think so. Like Leo Santa Cruz hit me with better shots than Alejandro Gonzalez hit me with. That was just me boiling myself down to 122 pounds, and it was just having a negative effect on my performance, and that's it really. I finished strong there tonight. I think me fighting Leo Santa Cruz at 122 pounds would have had that in the engine. I don't know. I would have tried my best, but I think that getting down to that weight was killing me a little bit. So, in retrospect, looking back, it was better for me to be up here at 126.
Carl, is there a rematch clause in place, and is it a good idea to jump right back in the ring with Leo?
I don't think there's a rematch clause in place, but I don't know. It would be a great fight. It would be one that I'd be happy to do. I would love to bring him over to Belfast for that. You could sell out a stadium. You need to do it the right time of the year, obviously, because it's not always very hot there. So I see Lee Selby's here, a great fighter, someone I respect. You know, I've been singing his praises for a very, very long time. He's one of the best UK fighters. I've always said that. That's a fight that interests me. Gary Russell, all these guys. You know, I just want to be involved in big fights, memorable fights against top-class fighters. I don't need to be disrespectful to guys. I just want to get on with it. And someone says to me, yes, I think it was Lewis actually said, when the 3 real fighters fight, and that's what I want to do.
What was the thinking on what was going on with the judges scoring? I mean, it seemed like both you guys were just fighting as if it was in peril in the 12th round.
Yeah, I was told by my trainer to go out and win the last round. You never know how the judges have it, and I think I did win the last round. I wanted to stamp authority on it and show people that I'm still in here, and I wasn't going to let Leo Santa Cruz push me around. But you know, I got a few harsh words spoken to me in the corner. I was making it difficult for myself sometimes, and was fighting with my heart rather than my head. But you know, I'll not do that again. I'll listen a wee bit more. But I think, you know, it was a good fight.
Carl, you've said a few times now that you were fighting with your heart at times rather than your head. What was the game plan going into the fight, and how did you make that work?
The game plan was distance control, but to hit him hard and make him, you know, get my respect from the start. I think I hurt him in the 2nd round, and you know, although he was throwing a lot of punches, he wasn't throwing as much as he normally throws. And I said that the whole time. I says that this guy, once I nail him, he's not going to be, the output isn't going to be as great. And distance really, hit them hard. Distance, control, and punching hard. That was mainly the game plan, and fight when I had to fight.
Mike Coppinger, USA Today. Hey Carl, you know, you've seen guys like Joe Calzaghe and Ricky Hatton before you. Once they, you know, got a big win like this in the U.S., they didn't really go back to the UK to fight much. They just kept fighting here over and over and establish themselves. What do you want to do?
I want to fight. I want to fight here, but I want to fight at home. I would like to fight in Belfast at least once a year. But I love New York. The East Coast is very appealing to me. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to hit the West Coast as well at some stage, but I love the whole experience of fighting here. But you know, I'm a Belfast boy. I love my fans back home. I don't want to have them have to spend so much money to come and see me all the time, and I would like to fight at least once a year at home.
What about Vegas?
Vegas would be nice too, yeah, why not? But I've said it before, and I wasn't just saying it because it was here, but New York and the East Coast is more appealing to me than Vegas.
Carl, straight back. Dan Ranfield from ESPN, congratulations on your win.
Thanks, Don.
With this victory, you made a bit of Irish history. I wondered if you've had any time to think about what it means in your country's boxing history, which has been great for many, many decades, centuries maybe, but you're the first guy to do what you did tonight by getting that second title.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
I don't know if it's sunk in yet. I think that when I get back home, and you know, tomorrow I'm planning on doing something for the travelling support. They came out and we're going to a pub and stuff. When it hasn't really sunk in yet, you know. It's when I get home, I think it'll hit me a bit more. But it's a huge achievement, you know. I'm just a normal guy, you know, working class who can fight a wee bit, and that's it. That's it.
Gary, I'd like to hear your opinion about that also. You of course know the Irish history in boxing as well as anybody. And you were a champion also. What's your take on Carl's accomplishment tonight?
Yeah, I said a long time ago, I think Frampton could be the greatest Irish fighter that there's ever been. Tonight was the greatest night of his life. We knew it would be a fight that would really make him stand out. We knew it would be a tough fight. I think Shane got the tactics with Carl absolutely brilliant. It was a spectacular performance, and maybe we're thinking about trainer of the year here already, and fighter of the year as well. So we're thrilled, absolutely. And I genuinely believe this kid will go on to be the greatest Irish fighter that there has ever been.
Okay, hey Carl, John Gallagher, Ring Observer. Just wanted to ask you real quick, Carl. It was thought going in that you might have a little bit of a difficulty at this weight class. How strong did you feel at 126, and did he ever hurt you during the fight?
He could punch a bit, you know. When he hit me on the end of his shots, you could definitely feel it, and I respected his punching power. But I knew that 126 was going to suit me better. People thought that, you know, it's going to be difficult for me to jump up against someone like Leo Santa Cruz. But you know, I finished my amateur career as a featherweight. Leo started his professional career as a super bantamweight. So I believe, as a bantam, I believe that on the night I was a bigger man than him. I believe I was stronger. I was able to push him back when I wanted to, but I knew that this was going to suit me. I was full of energy all week, pretty easy making the weight, so I was happy with it.